Caitlin Clark, the phenomenal rookie for the Indiana Fever, absolutely exploded on the court and broke an 18-year-old record.
Tufag Benlay. Indiana will reset. Clark fire away. You bet. Come on.
Just imagine 35 points, 8 assists, 6 3-pointers, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Clark not only led the Fever to a nail-biting 110-109 victory against the Dallas Wings, but she also became the highest scoring rookie of all time in the WNBA.
But I'm proud of this group, and I'm really thankful for these fans. It's been a fun season inside here, and hopefully we can bring the playoffs back here for a few times for them as well.
The game was a true tug of war, with 6 lead changes and 13 ties throughout the 4 quarters, highlighting the balance and competitiveness between the two teams. Clark was having an inspired night, but she didn't carry the team alone. Kelsey Mitchell also shone brightly, scoring 30 points and putting on a show of skill and shooting precision. Together, Clark and Mitchell totaled an impressive 65 points, almost 60% of the Fever's total score. This dynamic duo was essential in keeping the team in contention every minute of the game. On the other side, the Dallas Wings relied on stars Satu Sabali and Arika Ogunbowale, who scored 27 points each. They gave the Fever's defense a hard time, making difficult shots and keeping the Wings always close on the scoreboard. It was a true battle of titans, with the main players from each team giving their all on the court. The decisive moment came in the last quarter. With the game tied and tension at its peak, Caitlin Clark took responsibility. She hit 2 consecutive 3-pointers, both in high-pressure situations, which silenced the opposing crowd and gave the Fever the necessary advantage. These shots were not only technically perfect, but also showed Clark's coolness and confidence in critical moments. This victory wasn't just exciting for the fans, but also crucial for the Fever's aspirations. With this result, the team secured the 6th position in the playoffs, something that hadn't happened since 2016. The qualification is an important milestone for the franchise, which had been facing difficulties in recent seasons. The atmosphere in the locker room after the game was one of euphoria and relief, with players celebrating the end of the long absence from the postseason. Now let's talk in more detail about Caitlin Clark's impressive numbers in this historic game. Scoring 35 points in the WNBA game is already a notable feat, but for a rookie, it's simply spectacular. Clark showed a complete arsenal of offensive skills, long-range shots, aggressive drives, and precision in free throws. Besides the 35 points, Clark dished out 8 assists, demonstrating her court vision and ability to involve her teammates in plays. She's not just a scorer, but also a facilitator who elevates the performance of the entire team. In rebounds, she contributed 2 more, showing willingness in all aspects of the game. Analyzing her statistics, we see that Clark made 10 of 22 field goal attempts, a solid 45% shooting. In 3-point shots, she was even more impressive, converting 6 of 14 attempts, which equates to almost 43% accuracy. And to crown the performance, she was flawless from the free throw line, making all 9 attempts. These numbers not only highlight her efficiency, but also her consistency. Maintaining a high level of performance in different areas of the game is something few players can do, especially in high-pressure games. Clark demonstrated maturity beyond her years, making intelligent decisions and executing with precision. Let's now put this performance in historical perspective. Before Clark, the record for points by a rookie in a single season belonged to Simone Augustus, one of the most iconic players in the WNBA. In 2006, Augustus scored 744 points in 34 games. setting a standard that seemed unattainable. Her elegant style and natural ability to score made her a reference for future generations. Clark surpassed this historic mark with a three-pointer in the third quarter of the game against the Wings. It was a symbolic moment where the past and future of the WNBA intersected. She finished the game with 746 points for the season and still has one more game to increase that count. Although Clark needed 39 games to surpass Augustus's record, it doesn't diminish her achievement. The current context of the league, with more physical defenses and complex tactics, makes her feat even more impressive. But Clark's season isn't just about this record. She also broke the record for assists by a rookie in a single season, demonstrating her ability to influence the game in various ways. Her accuracy in three-point shots put her at the top of this category among rookies, setting a new standard for future players. One of the most notable aspects of Clark is her versatility. She's the only rookie in WNBA history to record 2 triple-doubles in a season. This means that on at least 2 occasions, she reached double digits in 3 different statistical categories in the same game. This type of performance is rare and highlights her ability to impact the game in multiple facets. Caitlin Clark's impact on the Indiana Fever goes far beyond the numbers. She revitalized a franchise that was thirsting for success. Her arrival brought hope and enthusiasm to both the team and the fans. The Fever went from a rebuilding team to a legitimate competitor in just one season. Clark elevated the level of everyone around her. Her work ethic and passion for the game are contagious. Players like Kelsey Mitchell, who were already established talents, found new motivation and elevated their own game. Mitchell, in particular, formed one of the league's most lethal duos with Clark. Together, they challenge defenses and create opportunities that would be unthinkable without this synergy. Off the court, the Clark effect is also notable. Fever games have seen a significant increase in attendance, and official merchandise sales have skyrocketed. The media is paying more attention to the team, and game broadcasts are reaching larger audiences. Clark has become an inspirational figure for young athletes, showing that it's possible to make a difference from day one. The partnership between Clark and Kelsey Mitchell is one of the highlights of this season. They complement each other exceptionally well, combining skills that challenge opposing defenses. While Clark is a maestro in organizing the game, Mitchell is a natural finisher. This dynamic creates a dilemma for defenses. Focusing on one means giving space for the other to shine. Coach Christy Sides deserves credit for recognizing the potential of this partnership and for developing strategies that maximize their abilities. She created an offensive system that allows both to act in their comfort zones, but also challenges them to innovate and adapt. This approach has been crucial to the Fever's success. With the playoffs approaching, expectations surrounding the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark only increase. The team enters the postseason with significant momentum and the confidence that they can compete with any opponent. However, the playoffs bring unique challenges. Teams prepare more intensely, study opponents minutely, and exploit every possible weakness. Clark will face defenses more focused on neutralizing her. She'll be tested not just physically, but also mentally. Her ability to adapt, to find creative solutions, and to lead under pressure will be put to the test. But if there's one thing we've learned this season, it's that Clark is more than ready for the challenge. The chances of Caitlin Clark being named Rookie of the Year are already clear. It would be a well-deserved recognition for a historic season. But for her, The goal goes beyond individual awards. Clark is focused on taking the Indiana Fever as far as possible in the playoffs and continuing to build a career that will undoubtedly be legendary. What do you think? Will Caitlin Clark dominate the playoffs as she dominated the regular season? Or will the veterans show her that the playoffs are a whole different level? Leave your opinions in the comments. I want to know what you think about Clark's future and the Indiana Fever in this postseason. And if you enjoyed this content and want to stay up to date with all the WNBA news, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. That way, you won't miss any videos about the biggest stars in women's basketball. Oh, and if you know someone who's a Caitlin Clark fan or simply loves basketball, share this video. Let's spread the love for women's basketball. Thanks for watching until the end. We'll see you in the next video where we'll be closely following all the playoff action. See you next time.